Alright guys, so I'm just gonna be reviewing a plugin for a friend. It's called Array. So, some people were calling his clan system skidded. So, a lot of them were saying that it was from either N practice or I think M practice. So, we'll take a look at those. Though I'm also gonna review this, just of what I think from it. So, date util. What the hell? Okay, we're not gonna do okay, so get rid of that. That's effectively final anyways. Okay, so we'll start up here. So, a list of clans. So he's statically registering clans, which is bad practice. So, static collection. So he has his own collection for clans. That's fine. Leaderboards adapter. Clan type adapter. So I'm assuming this is it. Oh, it's not even used. Oh, okay. No, it is not. Yeah. Okay, so what I might do is I might just go through and actually just like clean this up. So this So, what I'm gonna do is this. Huh? Well, there's a reason it's breaking. It's because you're trying to register, but the object is... It might... What were you... Wait, what error were you getting? What exception? Do you know what the exception was called? What exception it was throwing? Okay, so why are you doing this? Yeah, but why? You don't need to. Right, but you don't have to do this, because what you could do is... well, I can. Because all of these should be serializable. Jason serializable. And profile. Okay, cool. Yep, so this can be reduced to one line of code, quite literally. So this goes by, all of this goes by, and if it doesn't work, I'll just revert back. Parse. Filters, WQ, ID, documents. Jesus, I'm rusty right now. Oh, I know what I was trying to do. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that for now, because I'm gonna move this to an handler later. Oh, I am reviewing it, I'm just commenting as I go. So, promote, offline player, Set type of captain, remove them from members. Captain, save. Yeah. Well, you really need to save those right when they. It's like, really. Yeah, but you don't. That's not necessarily like really important data. So I wouldn't recommend. I guess if you're doing it for leaderboards, I would just do it slightly differently, but that's fine. Happens. Wait, what? It's confusing. No, I see what you're doing. So. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. Yes, wait a second. If you can't tell, I'm kind of a little rusty. So, offline player, set type member. Third one today. Cat. I'm surprised you're not asking what it is I just took. So, I start save, I start broadcast. Why do you have a broadcast method? Okay. What? Don't. Keep it as it is. If I were you, I'd just keep this as it is. Because natively, depending on, I believe it's if it doesn't have random access, it's actually slower to use it uses stream. Plus, really, you don't need a stream here. It doesn't make a difference. Like personally, I just wouldn't bother if I could do. It just doesn't matter enough. I would consider trying not to overuse lambdas, just because they can be pretty slow sometimes, especially if you have a lot of data. It is natively slower. If you know that a clan has a max size, like for example, if you know the clan can only have, say, 5 people, then really lambdas don't matter much because it's only gonna be 5 members. But if you, say, could have 100, 200, 300, then you'd see a little bit of a difference there. Did I break something? That's fine. Fetch clans, that's fine. That's fine. You're only doing it on startup. See, the thing is, and this is something I see a lot of people do, is they abuse thread pools, they abuse creating new threads. You don't need to. If you're only doing it once, then just do it on startup where you can afford to have a performance hit. And realistically, you're not going to have 20,000 clans being created, so it's not going to be a large amount of data. You don't need a thread. You don't need to write off the main thread in that case. It just doesn't matter enough. How fast does it tick though? Like, is it a lot of data ticking? That goes by. Yeah, well, what I'm gonna do is... No, I'm not gonna do that. Where's your leaderboard? Where's your leaderboard? Oh, right, because it's a clan, isn't it? It's for clan specific. I'm not manually. Bucket, runnable. What do you mean? In the thread pool? You could, but it doesn't always tick. I've had some issues with threads where sometimes with Spigot it just doesn't even start the thread. Yeah. Well, don't use threads for timers. There's no point. Just use bucket. Works fine. Works fine for bucket. Like, if I was okay, if I was doing something outside of Spigot, like, for example, I don't know, like updating data through Redis or through another type of database, if I was if I was scheduling updates through that, I would just create my own thread for that. Like, I'd extend thread, and then I would run it just for that type of stuff. But where it's a bucket-related thing, you're handling bucket objects, bucket methods, just use the built-in bucket runnable. It works perfectly fine. How do you get your clan handle? Oh yeah, you don't. No, I just... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Actually, I can just do... Actually, I can just do that. Yep. I'm sorry, my vision is really blurry right now. I might be a little bit. I will not admit that, but maybe. Doesn't prove anything, it just proves that I have this slight... Plus, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I know, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for how often you update it. What the hell? What are you doing? This does not make sense. It does not make sense to me to why you would do it so late. I mean... I need to do later. 20 ticks is 1 second, so... So that's every 30 seconds you're taking that. That's not bad. That's fine. Depends. You could, and don't get me wrong, you could do that, but realistically, I mean, as long... I guess it depends. It really just depends. If you need to change it, you can. You can always change it. You know what I mean? See, the thing is it okay to open array so I can start the task? Okay. I guess you could. Update the leaderboard. Okay, start that. That's fine, and then that'll start ticking off. I want that. That'll load it for the... Oh, this. Just code is terrible sometimes. It's not terrible, isn't terrible. Your choices are interesting, to say the least. You are, and that's fair. You're not as bad as some people I know. I'm not gonna list them because I'm a nice person. I could. I'm not going to. So, automatically I can see a difference in this code. First off, they're using a map. Which, realistically, is actually a better way of doing this. You should be using a map, because the map's lookup time is constant. So 01. So it is faster. List kit leaderboards, fine, okay. Manga collection documents. Just upload 0. Okay, so the leaderboard. They're still his? Okay. Well, I won't worry about leaderboards. Oh, I don't really care. Lists.new array list. Saving sync. Yeah, there is a big difference in this code. I don't know why. Somebody would say it's different. Or why somebody would say it's the same. It really does not look the same. This is actually cleaner. Realistically, this is slightly cleaner. Still gross. Terribly gross, but better. Okay. Conditions, that's fine. Okay. Clan save async, whatever. Public static void initialized. Clan collection, blah 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 blah. Okay, that's fine. Wait, huh? Why? That's so random. Actually, that could just be. Yeah, that could just be the Java compiler changing things. That doesn't make sense because. Oh wait, yeah, that makes sense. Because you'd start it, it would tick for a second after startup, and then 30 seconds after. It's fair. I mean, 30 seconds is realistically more than enough. I mean, to be fair, with clan leaderboards, there's not really much to look over. Like, clans really just doesn't have much to look over. Like, realistically, depending on the developer, they will do things differently. Where you're newer, this is what I would expect. This is the type of code I would expect. Realistically, yes, it does look somewhat similar in some cases. But with that being said, when I look at these, I can definitely tell there's a difference. I can definitely tell there's a difference in this code. Yours is slightly messier, but at the same time slightly cleaner. Depends. So, you're using lambdas for some things, he's using... I believe it's... You can't, yeah, so he tends to use for loops instead of just using lambdas, which is good. That is realistically better in some ways, but also it depends. Realistically, if clans have a limit, like, so are clans limited? Like, okay. So realistically, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Use lambdas, or if you're gonna use a for loop. I don't really see what there is to review in a clan system. Clan listener. So he does something stupid here, which I don't agree with. Which is runs this asynchronously. That's completely stupid. Oh, run task quicker. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I noticed that. I saw run task and I'm like, oh god, don't tell me. Even still, you don't need that. You don't need to do that. There shouldn't need to be a delay there. At least I don't see why there would need to be a delay there. Because if I was doing this, I would need to be a delay there. Async player chat event. Exclamation mark. Set cancel. Plan. That's fine. That's realistically what I would do. I would define this differently, however. And what I would do is I would do player event to get player, so that way I have the player variable saved. Just because that way I don't have to do event.get player, and so of course I can just save a reference to it. Match history, so I'm assuming Boolean 1 and Evo change document. Okay. So you can definitely tell a difference here. You can definitely tell a difference here. Or imagine Dev Sci-Fi making a practice core. Oh god. I would put you out of business, but I would have fun doing it. Yo, if we get like 20 likes, I'll make a Dev Sci-Fi practice core for free. Yeah. No. I don't know. That depends though, cause like depends. Like I don't like coding as much. I don't really code much. So I wouldn't call this a profile type. I would call this a clan role, more or less. No, I'm not going to. What I might do is I just might code like my own practice core, and I'll just send you the code for the clans. Okay, so for your clan invite, so do not do this. So yeah, I wouldn't do that. What I would do is, because the clan could be null, okay? So you would want to assume that that's null. So what I would do is give clan a UUID or some ID. Okay. Because then you get the clan by its UUID, and because what you do is when you check if they have an invite, just check by the clan's UUID. Because you'll check the clan that they're joining, make sure it's not null. If it's not null, check if the UUID equals the one that's in their invites list. If it is, then you can accept them, and so on and so forth. At least that's the logic I would use. That's what I use in my chef core. But yeah. Exactly, so then that could be null. So then what would happen is it would throw a null pointer exception, because you'd be trying to perform operations on a null object. Excuse me. I feel like it's bad that I still have another 5 clans. Bruh, this is... yeah. I mean, that's most of it, really. M practice next? Need... No, this is... Abby's code, which is... yeah. That's fine, yeah, this is not similar. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother, because you can tell. Okay, this is similar, but that's just because he does stuff in stupid ways, which is expected. That's similar. Like, these two are similar, but it's not a big deal. I wouldn't consider that skidded. That's fine. I mean, there's not, like, if I was looking at this, there's no way I could do it differently. Like, I would maybe change the naming convention for everything, but realistically, there's not many other ways you could write it, so I wouldn't really care much. What's it called? Yeah, so, alright. It's expected. And then he has some stupid stuff like... it's nothing important, but yeah. Alright, I think that proves the point, don't you? Alright. But yeah, if we hit... yeah, no problem, Drizzy. But yeah, if we have 20 likes, I will release a practice course for free, sending Drizzy out of business. So, yeet!